Hello everybody, today I'm gonna be curling my hair. I have an interview coming up, so I want to look sharp and I want to have some big voluminous curls, so I'm gonna show you how to do it at home. I have my iPad here with me to keep up with the time. I'm gonna do this in like 15 minutes. The first couple of times you try to curl your hair, or if you're curling your hair at home and it's not working for you, it takes a while to get like fast like that, so don't stress yourself. But do you see how the number 2 is like hot and behind my head? That shit is freaky. I don't like that. That's weird. Okay, anyway, so I'm gonna be using I think this is an inch curling iron that I got from the beauty supplies, a mini flat iron for my edges. Usually I would use my T3s, but my T3s, I have a size that's like an inch bigger and then a ½ inch smaller. And sometimes those curls just don't give what I want them to, so I want these to be like big and voluminous, but also not so tight that they look kind of almost like a wand curl or like a spiral curl. So I'm gonna get these preheated and I'll be right back. Okay, so to prep my hair, I'm using a few different things. Bio Silk just for a heat protectant. I've been using Bio Silk for like the past few months now. It works for me just fine. If not Bio Silk, the Chai infusion is really good as well. Silk infusion. For hairspray, I usually like to use Redken, but I don't have any of that, so we're using Sexy Hair and Gots to Be. Both really good to get that nice hold, and you don't have to worry about now of course if you use too much it's going to be stiff and hard obviously, but a quick spray just to hold your curls is not going to bother you. So for the Bio Silk, I go ahead and I use about like a nickel's worth. Maybe a nickel is too big. Yeah, like a nickel's worth is fine. If you have longer hair, you can use a little bit more. I try to work it in on my edges. I try my best not to flat iron my edges too much. I actually just flat ironed my edges this morning because I went out, but I'm just going over it just in case a curl gets like snagged or whatever. And I do have my perimeter left out, that's why it looks so frizzy in the back. But yeah, y'all, low-key I'm running behind, so this may not be a tutorial. My bad. Go ahead and get your clips. I usually pin all of my curls. Oh, how could I forget? You do not need to have Velcro rollers, but I highly recommend them because the Velcro rollers are gonna give you that volume that you want if you aren't curling on like naturally curly hair or naturally coarser hair. That's a tip for all the girls who are like buying bundles. If you want to wear your hair in that big luxurious bouncy curl that you see really popular right now on Instagram, you definitely want to get some hair that has some texture to it. You don't want to get no silky bone straight hair because you're going to get silky curly results, which is sometimes cute and that's what you're going for, but a lot of times people are like, damn, why is my curls not really giving like how you may have seen with other textures of hair that you've tried before? And that's usually what it is. So I always say if you can opt for like a curly hair or like a loose wave, a body wave, but that's a whole different topic, then I would definitely recommend you get into that. Simple stuff, go through, detangle. So usually I'll take a section, spray. Whew. It took me years to learn how to curl with this curling iron, so anyways, you want to open it. You kind of want to hold, like position your hands. Basically, you want to, this is my left hand, right? I'm holding the curling iron like this. I'm going to slide my pointer finger up and then rest my thumb like this so that I have more control. So that way I can manipulate my wrist. A lot of this is wrist work so that I can curl my hair. Now, you're going to take it, twist your wrist, and then boom. You see that right there? This is your first curl, or the first loop of your curl. So you're gonna clack, 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 slide down. You're gonna twist again with your wrist. Clack, 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 clack down. And you're gonna do this all the way until you get to the end. roll up. It's really easy to do it with this size too. If you're using like a bigger curl, girl, I've dropped that thing so many times. Luckily I have like a callus on my hand, so it doesn't burn as bad as it used to, but whew, that shit used to hurt, girl. So clack, you flip upside down. You know when it's done, when it stops snagging at the end. You see how I'm stuck right now and I can't get out? You want to keep clacking, clack and pull, clack and pull, clack and pull. It may take a while to get your hair out. You're not burning your hair. You're just getting everything all curled up. If you're concerned about burning your hair, then you can honestly just cut the heat down and it'll be fine. Whew. That was some hard work. I'm not going to lie, because I was explaining it, I definitely didn't get it in there as good as I wanted to. But it's pretty much the same idea. If you're using like a T3 one, that's why I like to use my T3s, because they do get hotter and they're a lot more smooth. When you're dealing with irons like this, because this one is older, and just because of the plates on it, it's not as much of a glide compared to like a T3. But not saying that you gotta go out here and buy no expensive ass T3. Girl, don't do that. You can go right to the beauty supply store and, you know, practice makes perfect. And I was using the same curling. I've had the same curling iron for about 6-7 years, girl. Like, I got this back when I was a teenager. So highly recommend get that in your arsenal if you're trying to get better at curling your hair. Okay, so you can do one or two things. You can just roll it up, clip it right through the middle. That's going to give you a barrel curl. If you were to let it fall, right, and like how y'all kind of saw me, is this curl cute? I don't know. It's still warm. Relax. But if I was to take it, wrap it around my hand, roll it up inward, and pin it flat to my head, that's a pin curl. The pin curl, you're gonna get very a very luscious, like spirally look almost, but it will lay flat. It's not gonna have as much volume. If you do a barrel curl, it's gonna kind of lay like a Velcro roller, but just not as voluminous, because the roller is literally like setting your hair. The roller is gonna set your hair, to be honest with you. Now, me personally, I always do my curls all different types of ways all over my head. It breaks up the uniform in the hair, and it also kind of gives your hair that messy look, that, you know, kind of what's that bedhead look, without having to manipulate it too much. I'm gonna take these rollers. I'm kind of yapping a little bit too much. I gotta check the time. Yeah, girl, I gotta hurry up. I use all different kinds of rollers, all different kinds of stuff. It doesn't really matter. Play around with your rollers to see what you like. Sometimes I like a big roller in the back. Sometimes I like my big rollers on the front to give me like a swoop. Sometimes I like a tight curl in the front that gives me like a little, you know, Betty Boop type of situation going on. You know, it's so many different ways to do it. Freestyle, do whatever makes you feel comfortable. That's pretty much it. I'm gonna do one more curl. We're gonna brush and detangle, This is actually easier because I can show you. My nape looks crazy. Goddamn. Clamp down, spin, twist your wrist. You should feel it in your wrist. That is your first curl. You're gonna slide down. You're gonna twist back up. You wanna get that whole thing in there. Clack, clack, clack. Slide down. Roll it back up. Clack, 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 clack. Let it fall. Boom, it's in your hand. This curling iron does not get as hot as the T3, thank you God, because sometimes when that fucking heat drops on your hand, bro, oh my God, it's like pain. So I'm gonna go ahead and clip this down. Twist this one around. I'm gonna do some pin curls in the back, because when I take these out, when I look at the bottom of my hair, you know how when people do layer cuts and the ends tend to flip out? In my opinion, I get that effect with pin curls the most. Now, of course, it takes some manipulation, but it holds longer when I do a pin curl. So this next row, I'm going to do a Velcro, and I'm going to show y'all really quick how to roll that up, and then I'm gonna go ahead and curl the rest of my hair. I'm gonna show y'all the roller placement, do my makeup, and then show you the finishing results. I hope that the little tips that I said helped a little bit. I'm gonna be honest with you, cosmetology school, even though it taught me the fundamentals of curling hair, it's one of those skills, it's a skill. You have to build it, you gotta get better at it. It's one of those things where your curls are gonna be cute one day, the next day you're not gonna like it that much. But the beauty about a curl is that it always looks good no matter how it may look. you know, to you. From the outside looking in, people gonna be like, wow girl, you look beautiful. So it's okay. But usually when you are curling, you want to try to like split up your layers, because I've noticed when you curl the layers too like clumped together, you don't get as much body and volume. Like really take your time, section out your pieces. I'm not saying you gotta have, you know, 1/2 inch slithers of hair in between like your parting, but you do want to prioritize making sure that you are just clumping up all of your hair. So with the roller, while it's hot, I take it immediately, I slide down and I roll up. I roll up. When you're doing the roller motion, that was the hardest part with me with doing rollers at first. I used to be like, yo, how are people tucking all this hair in there? You are literally, when you're tucking your rollers, you're going underneath and you are literally making a circle with your wrist. Like, you should feel it. Everything about hair boils down to tension, and that is my biggest advice. If you don't feel it, it's not working. So you're gonna take your clip and you're gonna slide it through this roller like that, and boom, she's gonna set. If you see me not trying to touch the top, as a cosmetologist, we are trained to like not touch up here. So it's meant for you to touch, obviously, but it is a good habit to get used to using your wrists. Just like that. You should see your wrist twisting. Clack, 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 clack. Clack, 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 clack. Twist, 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 twist. Boom. There you go. Okay, y'all. BRB. Okay, we've made some progress. And then you want to spray. Shit. Alrighty, y'all. I got a few minutes to spare. This is my makeup. Something super light. I love my lips today. They're like a little berry punch situation. So now we just take out the curls. There are some people who are very particular about how they take out their curls. I don't mind. Just get them down. That's about it. Now for the rollers, they can be a bit tricky. So what I do is just pull from the middle and then twist, twist, twist. Wow, just like that. Now the curl isn't going to be as voluminous back here because one, I didn't want a really big voluminous back, and two, I did use a bigger roller. But do you see how much more volume that this has compared to this? Like, it's crazy. Let me back up. Cute. I hope y'all can hear the AC. I mean the heat. It's fall. Take it, twist, and boom. Take it, let it roll. Cool. And boom. Do you see how the volume is just stacking up? I love it. I love it. I love big hair on me. Ugh. Now don't pull too hard around the perimeter of your hair. If you feel like a bulge, you are pulling out your hair, and that applies to anything. No stylist, no person doing their hair at home, you should, I do say tension, but tension just means firm. It don't mean tight. Okay, you don't gotta be, what's the definition of tension? But yeah, it don't have to be like tight. You shouldn't be in pain. Do you see that volume? Do you see that volume? I wish I would have did a pin curl in the front so I can compare the difference between the two, but trust me, these volume rollers make a big difference, especially if you're doing like, look at that. Ah, that's so cute. Pull forward. There we go. We're gonna go and organize the curls in 1 second. I gotta hurry up. And then if you use a tiny one in the front, you get that cute little bend, versus if you use a wider one, it would have felt more like a bang. So that's what I mean when I say play around with the rollers, because you really do get different results every time. I usually separate my curls differently. To get the most volume, you flip forward, give her a shake, a few finger plucks, flip, bring it all to the front. Tie shit, like, oh my god, this is so cute. I love that. Ah, I love that. Now if I was to put another roller up here, I would have more height, but I don't want it to be like, I want va va voom, but I don't want like, girl girl, you could have saved that for like a Friday or something. So this is it. I usually don't pluck through my curls through too much. I let them like fall throughout the day. Oh, super cute. Hold on. Tight shit. Then you can like wear it like this. You can wear it like that. Yeah, this is the hair. This is the makeup. Wish me luck on my interview. Maybe I'll get back to you. Maybe I won't. But it's okay because I had some good things fall through today. So we'll just move forward. Thank you so much. I'll see you later. Bye.